Jive Hive Jeff from Two Hacks Garage. Well, it's been a really busy day. I got to Jimmy's at super early this morning and working in the machine shop and just got home. Well, Jeffrey and I are going to take advantage of the weather. It's actually really nice out right now, temperature-wise. A little bit breezy, but you know what? We're going to go out there and do some testing. Today is a little bit of stuff on Project Fastball. We are going to do stage 3 testing. As you saw with stage 1, we did a baseline test to get our mile per hour on a 235-foot Cuban test track, and we mile per hour at 25 miles an hour, right, Jeffrey?
Yes.
And our second test was stage 2, and what that involved was bypassing the governor, and our baseline test on that netted us 27 miles an hour. So we picked up 2 miles per hour. We were going to do ET part of it, but I don't want to do that because we are going to be racing Roland from Torque Racing Productions, Austin from Daddy's Money's Garage, and some other people, and we just don't want to give them too much information before we get to the track. So today on Project Fastball, it's stage 3 testing. So stage 3 testing was replacing the clutch. And these are a centrifugal clutch unit here. And the stock one on here that we had purchased on this, it worked fine. It's brand new. But it had an engagement, stall speed, if you want to call it, probably around 1,800 RPMs. You noticed in previous videos it did bog. Really bad on the first stage 1 testing. Stage 2, it got better. And for stage 3, we're going to put in actually we already did, but we're going to test out the 3,100 RPM max torque, centrifugal clutch. It's going to have a higher RPM to engage, hopefully lessen that bog and pick up more mile an hour. So stage 3 testing is really that combination of the better clutch along with the governor bypass. So our goal today on our Cuban test track at 235 feet is to see if we pick up mile per hour over stage 1 and stage 2. So at some point what we're going to do when the weather is nicer, we're actually going to start testing on 660 feet, which is an 1/8 mile, which is the amount of distance we will be racing, so we can get a better baseline. But this is just kind of a ballpark figure of where we're going with this and what we can expect. So I know I'm rambling, just wanted to explain everything we got going on. Jeffrey, what do you think?
I feel like it's going to be fun. It's definitely going to be breezy, which might go left and right a little bit, but we'll definitely be going faster because of this new clutch.
You think we're going to pick up some mile an hour?
Yes.
Okay. So with that, he thinks we're going to pick up some mile an hour. We're going to put some 93 octane in this thing, get it warmed up, get out there, make 3 test runs, get our baseline, and we'll be catching up with you guys here in a few. See ya. All right, so stage 3 testing is complete. As you saw, Jeffrey made 3 runs, and we baselined it, and we got our average. Mind you, we are using a draggy to obtain these speeds. So his first run was 28, his second run was 28, and his third run was 29 mile per hour. So if you saw on our first stage 1, we were at 25. So from the first stage to this stage, stage 1 to stage 3, we have picked up a total of 3 1/3 mile an hour, because our average on stage 3 was 28 1/3 mile an hour. So between stage 2 and stage 3, because our stage 2 was 27 mile an hour average, and this one was 28 1/3 mile an hour, we picked up 1 1/3 mile an hour with this clutch. We do have some, little tuning to do. The bog is going away, but I think if we do a little bit of carburetor tuning on this, that'll help out a whole bunch. But that being said, we're not going to do any carburetor tuning on this right now, because stage 4 is when we slap on that high performance, high compression cylinder head on this. That's where I'm hoping to make a whole lot of gains. because our stage 5 upgrade, which we're not saying what it is really going to benefit from that cylinder head. So our stage 3 net result was 1 1/3 mile an hour over stage 2, and our overall gain so far from stock form till now is 3 1/3 mile an hour. So not too bad. Simple bolt-on items, very economical, and actually a whole lot of fun. I've been around mechanics my whole life and all this automotive stuff, so I understand when you start doing different combinations that you do start going faster, making more power and all that. But I want to get Jeffrey's perspective on this.
It's definitely a lot more faster. The bogging is not that bad, and it's way easier to get out of the hole. Like, I barely have to push off and all that stuff, and the mile per hour has definitely gone up by a lot. Feels a lot faster, and I can tell it's way faster out of the hole.
And speaking of out of the hole, that's where you win races, is out of the hole. I do have some plans down the road to kind of smoky eunuch the rules a little bit on able to hole shot this. I'll have to engineer a couple things on this to make it do that, but that's down the road. For now, we're going to stick to our 5 stages of testing, and then from there, we'll start modifying and building out. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video today. We're going to get working here pretty soon on stage 4, which is going to be a whole lot of fun. But as you see, as we progress through this, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, we're going faster each time. I think Austin and Roland, you better watch out. Who knows? Project Fastball might just blow one right by you. See you later.